Hello. So good to meet you at the Global Motivational Meeting. We get inspiration from great book, World Scriptures, that inspire billions of people, families, communities, countries, and the whole world. And will help you to just read them and practice. Let's read further about Messiah suffering course. As we are reading the book from beginning, please find all the chapter at our message to be in our channel. But first, he must suffer many things and be rejected by this generation. In the time to come, the patriarchs will say, Ephraim, our righteous Messiah, through we are your ancestors, you are greater than we, for you have borne the sin of our children, and you have borne heavy punishment such as neither the former nor the later generations have endured, and you have became the laughter and the mocking of all the nations for Israel's sake, and you sat in darkness, and your eyes saw no light, and your skin shrank upon your bones, and your body were like a tree, and your eye grew dark from fasting, and you straight dried up like a portrait, and all this befell you because of the sin of our children. It is you with that you children should enjoy, and felicity with God has designed to give them in abundance, perhaps because of the pains which you have endured in overflowing measures for their sakes, and because those has lain fell in prison, your mind is not at rest because of them. The Messiah will reply, Patriarch, all that I have done only for your sake and for your children and for your honor and theirs, so that they may enjoy the felicity which God has destined for them in abundance. Then they reply, may your mind be appeased, for you have appeased the mind of your Creator and your mind. Further, let's read quotes from the second coming Messiah, Father, Son, and Moon. Since Christ of the second advent must restore throughout indemnity the course of the providence of the restoration left unfinished at Jesus' coming, he may have to follow a similar course. Jesus encountered the disbelief among the Jewish people and had to walk a course of bitter suffering. Likewise, if Christians, the second Israel reject Christ at the second advent, he will have to go through tribulations comparable to those Jesus suffered. He will have to repeat Jesus' painful course and restore him through indemnity, but this time during his earthly life. For this reason, Jesus said, but first he must suffer many things and be rejected by this generation. Christian leaders today, like the Jewish leaders of the Jesus time, will probably be the first to persecute Christ in the second advent. Jesus came to found a new era which would fulfill the words of the Old Testament proclaimed by the prophets. He did not limit himself to repeat the words of the Old Testament, but gave new words of truth fit for the new era. The Jewish priests and scribes criticized Jews' words and deeds based on their narrow understanding of the Old Testament scriptures. Their mistaken judgment led them to deliver Jesus to the cross. Similarly, the purpose of Christ taught the second advent is to build a new heaven and a new earth upon the foundation of the spiritual salvation which has been laid by Christianity in the New Testament age. When he returns, he will not merely repeat the words of the New Testament given 2000 years ago, but will surely add the new words of truth necessary for the founding of a new heaven and new earth. However, those Christians of today, whose minds are Nero attached to the letter of the New Testament will criticize the words and deeds of Christ at his return based on their narrow understanding of the scriptures. Therefore, it can be expected that they will brand and the Lord a heretic and persecute them. This is why Jesus foretold that at the second advent, Christ will first suffering many things and be rejected by his generation. I, every moon, stood between God and Satan, always fighting to eliminate Satan. How could I proceed in this work without confronting Satan's accusation? I took the burden of restitution and myself taking the required indemnity at my portion of responsibility. This is the human portion of responsibility to defeat Satan, which people were not able to fulfill until now. Satan knows that it's the responsibility of the Messiah. Therefore, he mobilized all of his forces to attack me. By enduring and overcoming these attacks, I could destroy Satan's wall in the individual, the family, the tribe, the people, the nation, the world, and the spirit world. It is the Messiah responsibility to go through the entire course of indemnity. So powerful quotes for today. If you have difficulties today, please watch on my time this video, share this video as we end this billion happy life subscribers marathon. Contact me for consultation, cooperation, and become a member of this Heavenly Parents College community. And stay happy, healthy. See you tomorrow with more powerful quotes. All the best. Bye-bye.